Be less ignorant.
Of what? Sorry, I'm too white to understand what you're talking about. Quit being so inconsiderate, you scummy white pilgrim-loving flesh sacks.
To be less white is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble. Listen, believe, break with apathy, break with white solidarity.
Oh,
wait,
gosh,
sorry.
dang it. Too far. Go back.
I think this
Go
is
forward.
racially
Oh my
insensitive.
gosh, it's so clear. You can't just put Big N in your book and expect
Strange.
to get away with it. Fat shaming.
So aside from race,
All the things that you're not allowed to do in a modern society that's run by good, well-meaning woke liberals who want you dead.
Dad is sad. Very, very sad. He had a bad day. What a day Dad had.
Mom shot Dad's penis off. Frankly, my only assumption is that these so-called quote-unquote comedians are retarded. Did they even notice that his hair was sort of like flipped to one side and kind of weird? I doubt they even noticed. These Trump people look at him and they think, that's the face of God. That's what they think. I know it because I can see straight into their brains. I can see it. I can see what you're thinking, especially if you got a red hat that says MAGA on it. Somebody needs to take these people over their knee and go, pff.
The spoof of Ronald Reagan's doddering geniality. Sorry.
Reagan's known for his cruelty. Don't you know he kept people chained up in his basement that he whipped with a sword? I mean, what is there to make fun of? I mean, he does have long donkey nipples. Ah, it's a demon! I love this drop kick AOC's hamstring. Pasaki. Saki.
So,
Scrody. I mean, Saki. If you want to suck face with this, you're gonna have to be pretty damn hot.
I don't know his first name. Oh, it's
Pritzker.
just J.B. Pritzker.
Is
Is it Jiggle Balls Pritzker? She has smiles.
Dang it, her hair is just so shampooed. I mean, look at it. It's getting hot here. I mean, gee. Ah! It's an ogre. Ah!
Rachel Levine.
It's a Shrek.
I'd give her a 9.
Oh, don't know about that. Have you ever been like to Aldi's, right? And you look across the aisle and you give it a little side look like, and you think to yourself, boy, that Native American looks suspicious. Doesn't your prejudice fall off your belly button a couple weeks or so after you're born?
That's your umbilical cord.
Oh, I can't wait for them to drain the racism out of my pelvis. They take a needle. We got the racist contained. Quick, inject it into George Soros before it goes stale.
And interacting with them in all sorts of circumstances can help you gain the most insight.
Cool.
You'll learn a lot when you listen to people, but don't ask them to educate you on racism.
Rad.
Asking them to do more work or essentially try to explain their daily experiences places more burden on them.
This is literally just like, you're racist. You're racist. And then the kid's sitting there like, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna say the N-word. You're white, milky scum.
It said Washington Post, democracy dies in darkness.
Good.
The advent of COVID-19 changed his conception of the presidency for the better.
What? We realize, even though Obama
This is
was
how
the
long the-
president, Biden was the real black one. It's like, I just wish
different,
Biden
like-
would kiss me on the mouth with his oh-so-holy lips.
One emulating human touch.
The other emulating human touch.
Not simulating, but stimulating human touch. I think it's simulating. Limited supplies that could only last for a week or less to treat coronavirus patients. The National Association of Private Hospitals said in a survey carried out on over 88 hospitals across Brazil.
The Twitter user Fartbucket says, boy, this is a good thing. I'll put that mask around my testicles like you told me, doctor. I salute you. Dr. Fauci's like, this is my pet pig. I test my little experiments on him. I put a mask on the pig. If he suffocates to death, it works. We aren't gonna have a vaccine that's gonna work on cows. If the cows get the Rona, It's back to Idaho. It's like, we got to reach herd immunity.
Yeah,
How's that happen? It's when everybody hails me as their god. Dr. Fauci's the type of guy to like spread his butt cheeks when he farts so he doesn't get fart on his butt cheeks. You know what I'm saying? He's like, do I want to get these peaches dirty?
So I asked Fauci if he too is planning any trips.
I'm going to give you a little vaccination. Wait, vaccination. You mean vaccination, Derek?
We're going to talk about
Nipples. Wait a second. That's not Kamala Harris's neck. That's Joe Biden's scrum. That's hot. That's hot. Can we be real here? Can I have permission to say the N-word?
All right, what's the last sentence, Caleb? This very important
Vice
sentence. It will rock my nipples.
No.
Holy crud, is that a woman?
Somebody took a mold, right? And they're like, Joe Biden, shoved him in the mold. and then they carved out his clone. They took the carving, Caleb. Don't you understand? They took the rubber filling, squeezed it out. It was horrible. And that's how they made Joe Biden too. Electric Boogaloo. Listen.
I'm trying
Joe Biden, dang it. I saw him in a dream I had. He leaned over me and he was like, look, Fat, come on, Fat. And I was like, ah! That was the last day. The last day.
My sphincter is just loosening up for how excited I am.
If you like crawl through her neck folds and you get to the bottom, you're like, it's the hump.
And lo and behold,
It gets in your eyes and you're like, ah! So it's so interesting.
While repurposing old ship parts as new desks may not be the easy way to create a workspace, this trend of gaining steam lately because people are craving one-of-a-kind pieces with a sense of history.
You know she's a Satan worshiper, right? She said so.
Hail Satan, Joe!
breaking
Joe's
news,
like, "Go
Kamala
away."
Harris kissed Satan on the mouth.
It's the bonus. More like the bogus. Slap it. Give me some skin, man. Give me some skin. He probably still has his umbilical cord attached. It never fell out. He's just that much of a beta. His umbilical cord never fell off. Just sitting there dried up and dead.
That is like the ultimate
One day,
beta
though,
signal.
it'll turn up in his diaper one day. Fully vaccinated people can walk or hammer. One of these days, I'm going to crush the libs with facts and logic. So, like, basically, it's a retard vaccine. Wow.
Exactly.
What a scientific revelation. Dr. Fauci came to me in a dream and he said, Derek, my son. And I said, what? And he said, the flu's gone. What do we know? What do we know, fellas? What do we know? Let's look at the chart. It might work. Have I ever mentioned how much I hate wet carrots? Talk time. What is a stuff?
Oh, well.
Oh, crud. It's like, come on, Granny, sit on my lap. Come on, man. It's ridiculous to think that I'm not going to sniff a flowery tenderloin. Come on, kid.
Get a
We're going to
good
go
view.
smell the death flower. Dad, I don't want to see it.
Smell it.
Jimmy, you're going to sniff the death flower. No. Yeah.
Do it, Jimmy.
Get in the car, Jimmy. We're going to go for a ride. We're going to go smell the corpse flower. It smells like a dead body. You should become familiar with it, Jimmy. Jimmy's like, please, don't make me. He's like, come on, it's easy.
But then she
Bronze.
like grabs you really hard by the arm and then she rips off your pants and then exposes your untanned butt.
I thought you were going to say something else. They make me feel snugly and comfortable. Just like when my grandpa used to rub my head in the soft spot and I'd go, oh.
Such as this, they're catching
I
on.
stopped calling the cops the last time one shot my leg.
After you call
He
them.
thought I was black. And then as he noticed I was white, he moved the gun, but he's already pulling the trigger. I just got lucky. I'm lucky the sun reflected at just the right moment off my incredibly white, pale skin. I guess I'm a survivor of some sort. Those steroids work miracles. Wow, John Cena, somebody should kick your balls out. China
own
would never
country.
hurt a fly. They need the flies to get rid of the bodies.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa! What?
You cannot
at that.
say that.
He
That's
said
ridiculous.
it.
You cannot
said
say
it.
that.
I can't believe it.
Oh, my breast, it's herniated. I clasp
All
my
right,
cheeks
guys.
around John Cena's
What should we
back
call
of his
this
head,
series?
and it crushes his skull.
What should we?
Yeah, Billie Eilish. He's a great guy. Wait. Like the only guy who might be enjoying life more than Biden is his son.
Completely different person. This guy is the Jewish ginger resistor.
They're like, man, eating ice cream's hot. You know, listen. I never looked at a man the same way I looked at Joe Biden when he ate that ice cream.
Well, here.
Sensual. There's actually retarded people, then there's really actually retarded people. Hey, Biden, this one's for you. Dr. Mario's seen more patients than Jill Biden. Conspiracy.
We're gonna took a
Talk. Come on, guys. Hey, guys, how's it going? Today on Political, I'm talking about stuff. Well, it's not even political. It's more of like an art form. I think this is like a unifying global, I think this is like a global conference about unifying, and I just want to talk about like the unity of it all. Like, think about how like unified we'll be by this global. Like, I think it's a global conference. Wow, Joe Biden's being hailed by the nations. Look at the bow.
Actually,
What is that, 4, 6 people? I think that's 6 people. Trump should have just never divorced his first wife and just had multiple wives.
And then this person, what?
Wow, that was a ball sandwich. AOC, man, she looks like a horse. Isn't she hot?
Why?
Go back to Africa where you came from, Ilhan. That's what crushed their skinny little vegan bodies.
I hate Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, he should be taking over the knee and give him a little double slap, one for each plum. I've seen the pictures. I like Ron DeSantis. Let me tell you, it can sink into those plums.
Today, any last words, Derek?
Yeah, go to hell. Nah, I never would say that. People keep telling me, quit overdosing on that testosterone. Can't help it, I'm all natural. I'm natty as hell. Never taken 2 steroids.
You know, I was thinking while I was taking a shower earlier.
Were you naked?
Yes.
Gosh! Imagine a world with trees and fire. And your head getting pulled off your shoulders. This article's too retarded for me, Caleb. I'm gonna...
It's a rope.
I doubt even CNN knows what this is called. They're like, is it a twine?
To death
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Remember that cop who put his head in the window and got shot
Yeah.
by that lady? Joe Biden got probed by an elephant's trunk. Yeah, Trump does that still.
Yeah.
He did it yesterday.
Yesterday.
He was saying, on the 8th, I'm gonna be slapping bums. You know, if Trump was half the man Joseph Stalin was, he would have kept all those people inside and kept them safe. If you knew what a leader was, you know the first word that comes up when you type out leader is taker away of freedom.
That's a fact.
If there's one liberal watching this, I swear you're an idiot.
Thing
Guys,
larger
like,
than
even
themselves.
the blood of Ashley Babbitt will not condone for Trump's sins. I'm sorry.
How retarded do you have to be? These people probably pull the wings off flies in their basement while crying for some reason.
We are a part of a larger. Yeah.
Are we done?
Oh,
you know, here's the thing. If
another-
you're going to be the first black president, you could do a better job making us one another. I walked in this room, a man. I'm walking out a retarded man. I like how to them, white people are gods, just evil gods. I just like to see one of them just show me, like, okay, here, take my hand and point it at the racism so I know where to go. Oh, thank you.
Well, that's
Oh,
all.
thanks.
I'm glad to see that you're dealing with your racism by killing
Can we just
yourself.
be real for a second? I don't want to get grim. Let's just have all the white people just kill themselves and let's just move on.
It would fix everything.
It'd fix everything. We'd all be dead. You know, while we're at it, let's just kill all the black people
It would
too.
fix the
Because
climate
let's face it,
crisis,
someday.
too.
Here's the thing: can we be real? Eventually, the sun's going to turn all the black people white because that's how the sun works. Because it's, the sun's racist, I've heard. We're just going to have to kill everybody before we're all white.
Yes. All right, guys. Time for another episode of
Spreading man
spreaders.
spreaders. Wait, what?
You like to eat food?
I like to eat food, like a rhino, like a bull rhino's head. Not like in a graphic way, but like in a delicious, like Mexican way.
Might not be exotic to my mom. Probably.
Die.
You know that exotic means other or different from a dominant white perspective because no one ever says this
Yeah,
morning.
do I need to slap your white balls into shape?
People who
Some
call
people
things-
might consider a burrito exotic.
despite the
Yet,
fact that they
Taco Bell is an exclusively North American food chain. So, is a burrito exotic or is it just like a Mexican original?
Yeah, remember all those slave owners that were whipping their slaves and going, exotic fools? Like it'd be like somebody being like, oh, let me tell you what a house is. Well, it's a building usually owned by a white patriarchal scumbag, and it's made of wood, and sometimes it usually has like a concrete base, usually owned by somebody who's the descendant of a slave owner and a racist.
That's all. Goodbye.
Yeah.
What do you think he'll do next?
He'll probably get a job on a dairy farm so he can keep touching teats.
It just goes to show that if you kill a bunch of people and
You don't go to jail.
and inappropriately harass women,
Yeah.
you have to resign. Hi, Derek. Glad to meet you. Good you could be here.
Is it the one about the guy who dropped his, tennis balls?
Pope Francis has said that if an alien wanted to be baptized, he would be willing to do so. He would personally help that alien and baptize it.
Well, the film Charlie, there could be a mistake there where maybe they meant it in a positive way. Like, he's the black face of white supremacy. But I think what they meant is he's blackface on white people of supremacy. The LA Times. More like the RF Times. Retarded f***s. It's sort of funny that, they're always telling you to be whoever you want to be on the inside. They're always like, if you feel comfortable inside as a woman, even if you got the testes, you should be a man.
Larry, where do you start with the damage?
Where the hell do you start with the damage?
The room of white Republicans who had come to hear
Damn
him
white
speak
Republicans.
in Orange County.
I hate white Republicans.
Me too.
They're so damn white. They're so pasty and disgusting. We call them piggers because they're so pasty. Well, I could disprove that in 2 words. Not true. Damn, that's a hot cow.
What?
He has no respect for women.
Good. Basically, California is run by a retard, and they like it. We need the vaccine mandate, because unless I have needles sticking out of my arms, how am I supposed to be safe from the deadly disease known as COVID-19?
The difference is barely any, but it should be a...
Trinity, we already know. You're not just a fag, you're a gay.
Hey, monkey balls.
Well, we continue.
I hope Elon Musk gets to Mars so he can just ship all these liberals there.
Yeah. LA City
We'll create something called New Earth.
LA
And then
City
we'll burn down their stupid
Councilman,
Mars.
we would suffer greatly. He's the Black Trump, and I'm speaking as his friend.
What? You're not his friend. You know what I'd like to do to these people?
What?
Squeeze them.
But as Cam Lager said, I'm not interested in going back to Jim Crow because I want to have a black person as governor.
It ends with duh. The last word is
Not
duh.
even quoted. That was just the...
It's like, duh, we don't want to go back to Jim Crow. Duh. Who wants to go back to Jim Crow? Duh.
Thank goodness.
Duh.
At least there were hot politicians in 2020.
Name one.
Forget
I
it.
guarantee they're like, Mitt Romney looks like an old, sexy Mr. Fantastic. In reality, just like a dirtbag that eats children.
But in this reporter's opinion, horniness is a perfectly natural reaction to stress.
This woman's a bitch. You know those toys? You know those toys you squeeze and like the
Yeah.
yeah. It's like
what she
horse
looks
version
like.
of that. Yeah.
And it's not just that she is objectively hot as hell. Kamala Harris.
Oh, gosh.
Is it?
Neck.
Ugly son. Like if I were her, I'd shave my ass and walk backwards.
Pete Buttigieg?
He's a faggot.
He's one of them gay. His eyes are just bugging out.
this
He's
guy?
looking at some
Are you
light.
shitting me?
Yeah.
I mean, darn, I can't believe it. We're big boys.
We're big boys.
And we're not faggots.
Gene cried when Kyle Rittenhouse cried. This heartbreaking verdict is a miscarriage of justice and sets a dangerous... I think Joe Biden's a white supremacist. I think he's a supremacist in general.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because, like, at the time this was happening, he decided to just get a colonoscopy for fun,
Oh, I heard something about that.
like
but
for his enjoyment. Kamala Harris. She says the verdict really speaks for itself.
Gets me all worked up just thinking about it.
Kyle Rittenhouse rightfully proven innocent. These doctors had to peer inside of Joe Biden's ane.
Is that what a colonoscopy is?
Yes, they send a tube up your rectum and they look inside of you.
Pretty terrifying.
These guys had to strip our president down naked.
Probably his
I-
daily colonoscopy, you know. He
Yeah,
just had to be out of office for a day.
There's no proof that Joe Biden doesn't have colonoscopies every single day. I would like someone to interview the doctors who got to see inside of his ane. It was like,
Is it all filled with pustules?
they were like, well, for starters, I didn't expect to find any hair on the inside.
What do I have to say? Good for him. I hope he enjoyed himself. Probably woke up
He
farting.
almost certainly did. Like, can you just imagine just Joe Biden laying just completely flat face down on the doctor's bed when they take the pipe and just Gene and I. We're gonna be talking about
I think you meant to say Gene and they.
Gene and.
Yes.
I hate you. Just this homely looking white guy who should probably exercise. Okay, let's read what he has to say.
Okay.
Board of directors and increasingly prominent activist groups such as Atlanta's America's foremost cycling region, and a bright spot at a moment when the popularity of the bicycle was in decline.
I can't believe that guy wrote that.
This sucks.
Man, I hope that wasn't too loud.
But it didn't. Decorating their bicycles with lanterns, okay, whatever. In doing so, they laid claim to middle class status. Okay, garbage, we already talked about stuff like that. South public space. Because of this, Southern whites attempted to stop black people.
I hope that was informative of you, what I just said. Where'd he go?
It's probably because you're approaching them and they're like, oh gosh, it's CNN. Kyle Rittenhouse, the damned white soul, the condemnation to burn under his big, fat, juicy, wet foe. Listen, let me tell you something. Kyle Rittenhouse, he ran up to a black man holding a child. The black man was giving the child a little kiss. He said, like, listen, daughter, it will be okay. And Kyle Rittenhouse said, damn, no, it won't. Because I got a gun and I'm going to shoot you on this damn street, damn dead. You nipple sucker. The black man said, whoa. I am peaceful. Why art thou? And then the black man was like, let me show you something. He pulled out a Bible. And Kyle Rittenhouse shot him in that moment. How dare you, Kyle? But it's not the guns that scare me. It's his pasty damn skin.
Nothing scarier than Ben Shapiro bursting into a room and going like, you are inherently evil.
I'm not suggesting we start racially profiling white men.
But can I just name a few? Just a few. Just let me name a few, okay? Damn white supremacy. Eating their coffee and donuts, but it's white coffee. You know why? Because they only drink their own flesh. They suckle on the teat of racism. You know what they get?
What?
Damn white milk.
I love white supremacists because I am one and I love me.
I mean, only a white person can be so stupid as to have a bunch of slaves and then say, you know what, they should be set free. Go lick a cactus, CNN. You know what they're doing? They're encouraging people to...
Oh gosh, sorry, it's coming up.
Hail Lord Kirby!
But he spells anime like this. Okay.
Anime. CNN's like, listen, sometimes you just gotta suck a toad for America. Dead toad, but a free America. Trump's famous quote, remember? He was like, listen, I would never hurt a man, but I'd be damned if I wouldn't punch a woman in the face because they're so damn weak. Let me tell you something. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? They're so weak, yet they get away without getting smacked to the ground every day. This is why they want to take away our patriarchy. Remember the patriarchy. This is why they want to take it away, because they don't want to let us slap our women around when they burn our eggs. Because I want a woman that'll make me a nice breakfast. Toast. Remember toast. A nice toast breakfast with eggs that aren't burnt. Damn burnt eggs.
Yeah, so shut up.
Shut your pie-eating hole before I crush your neck like a scallop. Vigilante. Oh, gosh. It stank, that word. Rittenhouse is such a bad guy, such a bad kid. How could he murder all 40 of those black people?
I'm a Second Amendment expert. I know for a fact that we shouldn't have it.
I don't care how much arthritis I have in my nipples. I'm showing them now because I'm mad. I'm gonna turn your head off. Trump's like, listen. I'm sick of the fake news.
Yeah, Joe Biden gets angry. We'll be like, listen, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna tear your face off like a monkey. I'm gonna latch onto your hairy face. Remember your face. Where am I? You know how many white people look over their face because they're worried a white guy's gonna run up behind them and stab them with an AR-15 like weapon? The KK-47. What you do is if you're a black man and you pass by a woman, or you walk past somebody's car and they lock their door, what you do is you punch in their windshield and you go, it's because I'm black, isn't it?
I wish I had black man arms. So strong and meaty.
Sayonara, Nick. I can't stand these liberal trash. Punch them in the nipple and they hit the sack.
Have a good day.